And before you leave this colorful and exotic land, take a memento of Naga culture with you. Traditional handicrafts are just the right things to remember your trip by. Nagaland is sure to leave you asking for more. Nestled in the foothills of the Himalayan mountain ranges, Dehradun is one of the oldest cities of India. It became the capital of Uttarakhand state in the year 2000. In the past decade, the city has witnessed rapid development but still retains its charm. There are many places to visit in and around the city. The ancient Tapkeshwar temple of Lord Shiva on the outskirts of the city is one of them. Located on the banks of a rivulet, the temple is one of the most visited pilgrim centers of this city. Cool water springs around the temple with therapeutic value.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to Midday Prime. In the next 1 hour, we'll bring you up to speed with all the updates that are getting from across the country as well as the world. We'll get to the latest on what's happening as far as the National Sports Day is concerned, where Fit India, a new national movement, has been launched by Prime Minister Modi. There's much else as well through the course of the next 1 hour. Let's begin with our big news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches Fit India movement from New Delhi, says healthy people, healthy family and healthy society is the need of the hour. Remembers hockey legend Major Dhyan Chand on his birth anniversary. President Ramnath Kovind to confer National Sports Awards today. Bajrang Punia and Deepa Malik to get Khel Ratna Awards. 19 sportspersons including Ravindra Jadeja and Sai Praneeth to get the Arjuna Awards. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh says Pakistan has no locus standi on Kashmir, addressing a DRDO event in Leh. The Defence Minister asserts that Kashmir was never part of Pakistan. The government takes a major decision in civil aviation sector. Civil Aviation Minister Hardeep Puri says Air India to be privatised. Many parties have shown interest. In international news, Britain's Queen Elizabeth approves suspension of Parliament until the 14th of October ahead of the 31st of October Brexit deadline. At the request of Prime Minister Boris Johnson, the move prompts angry backlash from opposition MPs and campaigners. And the national carrier Air India heeds the Prime Minister's call against single-use plastic. First phase will see a ban being imposed on the pollutant in Air India Express and Alliance Air flights starting the 2nd of October. Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched the Fit India movement on National Sports Day in the national capital. Sportspersons from yesteryears as well as Arjuna awardees and fitness enthusiasts were present on the occasion. The enthusiasm in the Indira Gandhi Indoor Stadium was palpable. Now, launching the Fit India movement, Prime Minister Modi stressed that fitness is an integral part of our culture and inheritance. Our lifestyle was such that fitness was a part of our day-to-day lives. The PM said that with changing times, technology has led to a sedentary lifestyle. The irony is that we now turn to that very technology to define our fitness goals. The PM said fitness is the mantra for success.
स्पोर्ट्स का सीधा नाता है फिटनेस से। ये नए भारत के नए जोश और नए आत्मविश्वास का भी पैमाना है। फिटनेस एक शब्द नहीं है, बल्कि स्वस्थ और समृद्ध जीवन की एक जरूरी शर्त है। बॉडी फिट है तो माइंड हिट है।
ऐसी विभिन्न संस्कृतियां बनाती है मुझे एक भारत, श्रेष्ठ भारत।
It was with this simple message, make fitness a way of life, that Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the Fit India movement.
There is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. यानी इस कहावत में भी आपको सीढ़ी के कदम चढ़ने के लिए कहा गया है। स्टेयर तो आप तभी चढ़ पाएंगे जब फिट होंगे।
Busting myths about fitness, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, it is an integral part of our culture and inheritance. For centuries, our lifestyle has been such that fitness has always been a part of our day-to-day life. The irony is that we now turn to technology that has weaned us away from fitness to define our fitness goals.
समय के साथ फिटनेस को लेकर एक उदासीनता आ गई। कुछ दशक तक पहले तक जीवन में शारीरिक गतिविधि सहज हुआ करती थी। फिर धीरे धीरे टेक्नोलॉजी बदली। टेक्नोलॉजी ने हमारी ये हालत कर दी है कि हम चलते कम है और वही टेक्नोलॉजी हमें गिन गिन के बताती है कि आज आप इतने स्टेप्स चले।
Fitness is the mantra for success. Prime Minister said, sky is the limit for those who are fit, be it in the boardroom or in Bollywood.
सफलता और फिटनेस का रिश्ता भी एक दूसरे से जुड़ा हुआ है। आज आप कोई भी क्षेत्र लीजिए, अपने आइकॉन्स को देखिए, उनकी सक्सेस स्टोरीज को देखिए, चाहे वो स्पोर्ट्स में हो, फिल्मों में हो, बिजनेस में हो, इनमें से अधिकतर फिट है। ये सिर्फ संयोग मात्र नहीं है। अगर आप उनकी लाइफस्टाइल के बारे में पढ़ेंगे तो पाएंगे कि एक चीज ऐसे हर व्यक्ति में कॉमन है। सफल लोगों का कॉमन कैरेक्टर है फिटनेस पर उनका फोकस, फिटनेस पर उनका भरोसा। चाहे बोर्डरूम हो या फिर बॉलीवुड, जो फिट है वो आसमान छूता है। बॉडी फिट है तो माइंड हिट है।
Four themes dominated the Fit India movement: Sanskriti mein fitness, or fitness is my way of life. Virasat mein fitness, or fitness is my heritage. Khel mein fitness, or fitness in sports. Kala mein fitness, or fitness in my culture. Prime Minister Modi described fitness as zero investment that yields limitless returns. With Taposh Bhattacharya and Sudhakar Das, Bureau Report, DD News.
And apart from the Prime Minister, Sports Minister Kiran Rijiju also thanked everyone for participating in the Fit India movement. He expressed hope that people of India together will make a strong nation.
पूरे देश भर में कोने कोने में नए जोश के साथ सब इस कार्यक्रम के लिए जुड़े हुए हैं। ये पहली बार हुआ है पूरे भारत देश में कि इतनी बड़ी मुहिम अपने फिटनेस को लेकर के पहली बार खेल दिवस में जो लॉन्च करने का कल्पना आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने किया है, उसको भाग लेने के लिए, उसको सम्मिलित करने के लिए सब लोग तन मन और पूरे लगन के साथ जुड़े हैं। मैं सबको धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं।
So after a movement for clean India, honest India, the PM's launched a Fit India movement as well. What meaning does that hold? Let's go across to our special guest, Vishal Uppal, former Davis Cup player and Asian Games medalist, also joining us in our studio. Vishal, if I could ask you, as a sports person who's also currently engaged, I believe you coach as well, in sports, what is the larger message of fitness that the PM has issued, the call for Fit India, mean to you?
Well, I think it's a very good start and a very good call by the Prime Minister of the country to encourage all Indians to get fit, because that will have a lot more benefits overall as a society for us, and I think as a sportsman I can definitely say the more engagement our people have with fitness, the more likely they will support sport going forward, and I think we'll be able to then produce far more champions in the future, because more talent pool will get into fitness, get into sport, and as a community, as a sporting community, I think a lot more talent will come through, and it'll really work well for us.
Yes, and in terms of timing, in terms of what the people have to take to different avenues of ensuring that they are fit, do you feel that this couldn't have been more perfect, the timing of the Prime Minister's call?
Yes, absolutely. On a day like today, Major Dhyan Chand, we've all grown up hearing stories about him and what a great hockey player he was for India. And I hope today with this initiative, we'll give more prominence to a lot more athletes, a lot more sports persons, and we'll have bigger names going forward. People will come through. We as a society have to really change and get more involved in sports and fitness, because it'll lead us to a healthier mind, a healthier body, more activity, more life in us as people. And I think fitness and sports is a great way of making friends also. We've seen with all the the marathons and the cyclothons that have started all over the country. I think on a day like today, to start a movement like this augurs well for India as a society, as people, and I think it's a special day for us sports persons and sports people who really need the support going forward, and I'm happy.
Right. Let's talk about fitness, going beyond sports, because it is much more than that. Fitness is about not just a sound body, but a sound mind and a sound spirit as well. Do you feel that enough is being done to ensure that people can aspire for these three things in our country?
Well, I think the awareness is definitely improving a lot more. We see a lot more people getting into general fitness, which then again will lead them to have a healthier lifestyle. So I think the awareness has definitely increased or improved a lot over the last few years. But an initiative like the Fit India initiative today will only give it more impetus. We'll have more and more people getting inspired by a beginning like this, and get more and more involved into sport, into fitness, and then they'll realize the value of a healthy body, a healthy mind, and a healthy spirit, and how it improves the quality of their life. And the more awareness they have about being fit, the more they'll start even appreciating the sports persons in this country who are trying so hard to bring laurels to the country, and that way as a community they'll be able to support the sports people more and more going forward, because they have better understanding of what an athlete goes through to try and achieve laurels at a world stage.
So you're of course reading a lot into this call for fitness to have meaning for the future of sports in the country, because these are interlinked. But again, like I have been saying, fitness goes beyond sports.
Yes, absolutely. Sports is just a way of getting your body activated, getting your mind sharper, and really, it really lifts your spirits up a lot. I mean, day-to-day life, if you're doing fitness regularly, you'll see that you'll have a lot more energy in you, you'll have a lot more life in you, you'll be more upbeat all day long. And then, what the Prime Minister had said about the lifestyle diseases, also the mental, the things like depression, anxiety,
anxiety,
you
yes.
can, these are great stress busters. Fitness is a great way of doing so, and I think overall it only has benefits. That's the one point I can emphasize over and over again. It only has benefits. There is no downside to it. So come on, India, get fit, get healthy, and let's become a happier nation.
And the PM also said that perhaps we need to change our perspective as well about fitness, how fitness has been treated, and he even talked about politics having a role in it.
Yes, absolutely. We whatever sphere of life we come from, we are people at the end of the day, and movements like this will only give more encouragement to getting fit in life in general. If you look at, even today, a movement like this will encourage schools to really start promoting fitness in them. Politicians are getting fitter. We see, we've seen the former sports minister, the current sports
Correct.
minister posting videos of them working out. I mean, these are all good signs. These are all encouraging signs, and let's hope this movement gathers more and more momentum going forward, and we see more and more people getting involved in the fitness world, in the sporting world, and reaping the benefits of it.
Yes, and we have seen this movement building up as well. We've seen how, if you look at just the National Capital Region, how open gyms have sprouted up in parks and other public areas. And this perhaps needs to be taken on further, and more progress needs to be made in this direction.
Yes, absolutely. Whether it is open gyms, whether it is yoga, whether it is marathons, cyclothons, whatever it is, any form of fitness that a human being can relate to, they must pursue it, because it's a great way of keeping your body healthy, keeping your mind sound, and really having a better life. So I think all aspects, I think even sporting avenues have to be made more accessible to our public. We should encourage kids, adults, parents. It's never too late to start picking up a sport. Get out there, play a sport, get fit, get healthy, and I think overall, if we can make a comprehensive move towards becoming fitter, I think we'll see a lot more benefits in the future.
And in terms of the kind of facilities that have been developed, especially in recent years, do you feel that there is scope for much more to be done there to ensure that every Indian, male, female, young, old, takes up some form of fitness exercise or something or the other?
Yes, I think the infrastructure has definitely improved over the last many years. We have more stadiums, more places where people can go in and do their fitness. Parks have become better. They're better maintained now, where people can go run, walk, do their yogas. So things have gradually definitely improved a lot. We definitely need to make sure that we give enough access to the common man to go out there and use these facilities, whether it's a running track or whether it's a tennis stadium or a badminton court or basketball or whatever it may be. People have to have access to these places to pursue their passion of their form of fitness, whether it is sport, whether it is running, yoga, gyms, whatever it may be. It has to be made more accessible to the common man.
And affordable.
Yes, and affordable too. The infrastructure, of course, while it has improved a lot, needs to keep improving, and at the same time the support for fitness and for support has to keep increasing. The more awareness we can create through fitness, about fitness and sports, you'll see that more and more people come out and are more open to encouraging sports and sportsmen going forward also. So that benefit remains there. We have to make sure our schools, our school teachers, our college teachers are more open to kids playing sport. It's not.
And do you feel necessary concomitants are clean air, clean water, clean everything that we ingest?
Yeah, everything. We have to understand that a fit body will lead to a fitter mind, a fitter spirit, a fitter human being, and that will only augur well for us as a society. If we, through fitness, can become a happier society, a happier people, we will see a lot more societal benefits coming out of it.
Definitely.
So for me, it's a no-brainer. India has to get fit. We all have to do our part, get into fitness, and I think it's a great initiative by the Prime Minister today.
Thank you, Vishal Uppar, for joining us to talk about this new movement, Fit India, that's been launched by Prime Minister Modi. Let's hope that it does indeed become a mass movement. And on this day, the Prime Minister also paid glowing tributes to Major Dhyan Chand, who's a hockey legend, and the National Sports Day is, of course, dedicated to him. Considered the father of sports in India, his birth anniversary is celebrated as National Sports Day.
नेशनल स्पोर्ट्स डे की अनेक अनेक शुभकामनाएं। आज के ही दिन हमें मेजर ध्यानचंद के रूप में एक महान स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन मिले थे। अपनी फिटनेस, स्टेमिना और हॉकी स्टिक से दुनिया को उन्होंने मंत्र मुग्ध कर दिया था। ऐसे मेजर ध्यानचंद जी को मैं आज आदरपूर्वक नमन करता हूं।
And on the occasion, the Prime Minister also met National Sports Awards winners for 2018-19, who will be conferred with the awards by President Ramnath Kovind later this evening. He described young sportspersons as brand ambassadors of the country. The PM said they are bringing glory to the nation on the world stage across several sporting disciplines. He also said that their medals are a measure of India's energy and self-confidence. And like I said, President Ramnath Kovind will be presenting the National Sports Awards to athletes and coaches in New Delhi on the birth anniversary of hockey wizard Major Dhyan Chand, which is celebrated as National Sports Day later today. Para-athlete Deepa Malik and world #1 wrestler Bajrang Punia will be conferred the Khel Ratna Award. This is the first time that a female para-athlete is being awarded the highest sporting honour. And 19 players have been selected for the prestigious Arjuna Award that only comes second to Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna in terms of the honours. Apart from these awards, the Dronacharya Award will also be given to coaches. Dhyan Chand Award is synonymous to the Lifetime Achievement Award in sports and is the highest on the list. And let's now go across for more on this National Sports Day and these awards to my colleague from our sports desk, Tapas Bhattacharya. Tapas, great day indeed for sports, great day to launch this sort of mass movement that Prime Minister Modi has, Fit India as well.
Absolutely, Gautam, you're bang on there. It's a great day for Indian sports fraternity. On the day of National Sports Day, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, launched the Fit India movement, and one hopes that it becomes a mass movement, just like the Swachhata movement and other such movement that has been launched. Today, Deepa Malik, para-athlete Deepa Malik, and star wrestler Bajrang Punia will be conferred with the Khel Ratna Award. This more in this report.
Malik will receive the Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award later today at the Rashtrapati Bhavan on the occasion of National Sports Day. Current #1 wrestler Punia stamped his authority in the Asian circuit after he won the Asian Wrestling Championships in China. Punia recently defended his title at the Tbilisi Grand Prix as he won the gold medal by prevailing over Iran's Peyman Bibiani in the 65 kg final of the men's freestyle competition. Paralympic silver medalist shot-putter Deepa Malik too has been nominated for the Khel Ratna. Malik is the first Indian woman to earn a medal at the Paralympic Games and has won 58 national and 23 international medals. She is also a recipient of the Padma Shri and Arjuna awards.
It's absolutely a tremendous feeling to be able to confer with the highest sporting honor. And there's so much of paradox out there, like a sporting honor for a woman who's almost reaching 50 years, and for active sports. This itself is a huge symbol of empowerment of people in disability through sports. And especially for women more so that. So I really hope my Khel Ratna, the amount of happiness, enthusiasm, motivation that it has given to me, to my family.
Last year, Indian cricket team skipper Virat Kohli and weightlifter Mirabai Chanu were awarded with the Khel Ratna. Cricketer Ravindra Jadeja has been nominated for the Arjuna Award and is one of the 19 sportspersons who's been nominated for this prestigious honour. Sports Desk, DD News. Absolute stars, some of these players of ours. And if I could bring in Tapas again, Tapas, just tell us in terms of these awards and the kind of athletes and sportspersons that is being awarded to, how does it reflect the growing ambit of how India has been excelling at sports on a global stage?
Absolutely, Gautam, when you talk about Indian sports, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, it was mainly few discipline used to be the main used to hog the limelight. But if you take a look at this year's list of Arjuna awardees, Khel Ratna awardees, you will find a paradigm shift. Why I'm saying a paradigm shift? Remember, the Khel Ratna was given first time to a woman para-athlete. Yes, it was once earlier being given to a para-athlete, but the first time a woman para-athlete received this award. Bajrang Punia, obviously, wrestling has always dominated Indian awards. So there is no surprise there that Bajrang Punia will be getting this award. He is the front runner to get a medal in the Tokyo 2020 games. But when you look at the Arjuna awards, you will find a lot of para-athletes have made it to the Arjuna award list, which was not the case earlier. You will also find a lot of athletes, especially, I would like to take a couple of, athletes' names. Tejendra Pal Singh Toor, 2018 when the Asian Games happened, he was the gold medalist in shot put in Jakarta, and he kind of made the country proud. And it's wonderful to see his name in that list. Then also you had Mohammad Yanas. Anas, he was he's a runner, Indian sprinter, and won the silver medal. So we saw a lot of young players who has it in them, in fact, to win a medal in the world stage, in the Olympic stage. Then you come to the equestrian part. In equestrian, Ford Mirza, in the Asian Games, Ford Mirza was sensational. Having his name in that list is a proud moment for equestrian sports lovers, because remember, equestrian sports always get into some sort of a controversy or another. In fact, before the Asian Games also they got into controversy. So once you get there, the star player of equestrian, he gets the recognition. It augurs well for Indian sport. It augurs well for Indian sports fraternity, where you can pick from a lot, from a huge resource pool, and you can give them, you can help them, and you can give them recognition for their support to the sport.
Definitely, and it is also heartening to see how motorsport is also being recognized, rallying in terms of Gaurav Gill being among those who will be the recipients today at Rashtrapati Bhavan, because this also augurs really well for something that till some years ago wasn't even considered a sport. It was considered entertainment, which is why we had F1 not continuing in India.
Yeah, well, F1 not continuing to India had other reasons, but yes, it was not considered and it is still actually not an Olympic sport, but fact of the matter that Gaurav Gill's, performances over the years is something that, it is expensive for sport. Let's first get that straight. And somebody who has, for the last 5-10 years, has done tremendously. If you take a look at, motorsports, if you flip through the newspaper, if you flip through the work that has been done by an Indian, Gaurav Gill names comes up always at the top, and it is heartening to see. It's a good pointer that the sports ministry and the government in at large is looking at a larger pool. They are looking at people who it's not just an Olympic sport. They're looking at people who are making the country proud at each and every sport, and that augurs well for the country.
And of course, let's not, we have to talk about Fit India as well, that the PM has launched. It's a movement that he's trying to build up to, and no better time than the present to aspire for something like this, to make fitness a mass movement in the country.
Absolutely, Gautam. When I was there when Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched that mass movement in the morning, and I can tell you the Indira Gandhi Stadium was absolutely filled, and with every single word that every sentence that Prime Minister Narendra Modi used to finish, it used to be received by a raucous crowd, raucous applause. Every single kid in the stadium was applauding. Even though they were young, they could figure out that this is the moment. This is what you call the milestone, watershed moment in Indian sports history. From here, we are going to go up, not going to go down. So that is something in all Indian sports lovers are mindful of. And remember, next year is 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games.
Yes.
So the preparations are going on. This Fit India movement will act as a catalyst, will act as an impetus to the sporting heroes who wants to make a name for themselves in that Tokyo Games. PV Sindhu is there, Bajrang Punia is there. Unfortunately, Deepa Malik will not be able to compete in the games, but there are other para athletes. There is a whole lot of athletes who will be gunning
latest
for glory,
gold medal hope, of course, is PV Sindhu, who's just become world champion. She met the Prime Minister as well.
Yes.
So a lot of positives to look forward to as far as sports and fitness is concerned in the country, at the national stage and the international stage. Thanks a lot for joining us for the moment, Tapas Bhattacharya. Okay, now let's talk about how the National Sports Day is celebrated every 29th of August on the birth anniversary of hockey legend Major Dhyan Chand, who's regarded as the nation's greatest hockey player of all time.
Dhyan Chand, the legendary hockey player, was born today in 1905. His birth anniversary is celebrated as National Sports Day in the country. On Dhyan Chand's 114th birth anniversary, leaders and sportsmen around the world paid tribute to the hockey wizard who brought great laurels to the nation. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also paid tribute to Major Dhyan Chand on National Sports Day.
नेशनल स्पोर्ट्स डे की अनेक अनेक शुभकामनाएं। आज के ही दिन हमें मेजर ध्यानचंद के रूप में एक महान स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन मिले थे। अपनी फिटनेस, स्टेमिना और हॉकी स्टिक से दुनिया को उन्होंने मंत्र मुग्ध कर दिया था। ऐसे मेजर ध्यानचंद जी को मैं आज आदरपूर्वक नमन करता हूं।
Known for his extraordinary goal-scoring capabilities, Dhyan Chand won 3 Olympic gold medals in 1928, 1932 and 1936. Dhyan Chand was the highest goal scorer in 1928 Olympics in Amsterdam. Indian team won the gold medal because of his 14 goals in the tournament. A legendary figure in Indian and world hockey, Dhyan Chand retired from Indian Army on August 29, 1956 as lieutenant. Government of India honored him the same year by conferring upon him the Padma Bhushan, India's third highest civilian honor. Taposh Bhattacharya's report, DD News, Delhi.
Well, now let's talk about what's happening in the field of aviation. Well, in a major decision, Civil Aviation Minister Hardeep Puri has said that Air India will be privatized, and many parties have shown interest in taking on Air India's responsibility.
The government's determination to privatize Air India is a given. It's undiluted. The procedure involves the formation of an alternate mechanism, which is a group of ministers. My submission to you, that has been formed. It is headed by our Home Minister, Shri Amit Shah ji.
Okay, so another fresh bid really for the privatization of Air India. Let me go across to my colleague Arun Sharma for more on this. Arun, the government is saying that it's committed, it's determined to privatize, to disinvest Air India. We've known that in the past there have been attempts as well, but there has been no movement in that direction because of lack of interest. How are things going to be different this time around?
Well, there seems to be no other way other than disinvesting or privatize Air India now for the Air India and for the government as well. Because let's recollect this, or if you try to recall, we know this fact that Air India as of now has a debt of close to 60,000 crore rupees. And few days back we have seen that close to 6 airports in our country have refused to provide oil or the ATF to the national carrier Air India. So now the Civil Aviation Minister today again reiterated this fact that it is determined, it is committed to divest or to privatize. And he completely said that we are going forward with complete privatization of Air India. That means not a stake of Air India would be sold, but yes, now government is committed and determined to sell a complete stake of it into Air India. That means what we're expecting that the government, as of now, if in case brings expression of interest, whereby they can go ahead with 90 to 95% of privatization of Air India. Earlier, when government tried to divest or privatize Air India, they were looking to sell off close to 26% of Air India. So that didn't really attract any of the investors. But now, the government as of now is looking for privatizing completely 90 to 95% of stake in Air India. That's what the minister said. The minister is looking for completely privatize Air India. So an alternate mechanism headed by Home Minister Amit Shah is there in place, and therefore a complete mechanism will be found out, complete strategy will be chalked out as to how the divestment process will go forward. We should consider this fact that the aviation sector as of now is going through a consolidation phase after the Jet Airways saga.
Yes.
Now the Air India will be looking for the favorable conditions of the market, and of course by the end of this calendar year we can expect the expression of interest from the government as far as selling off or privatizing the Air India.
And in terms of the interest that the minister is referring to, that multiple parties are interested, can you recall to us what has been the history over there, who all have shown interest in the past, but things haven't gone beyond a certain point because of, well, one of the reasons being, of course, that it was only 26% that the government was initially interested in selling.
Well, if you try to look at the Air India's complete subsidiaries, there are close to 5 subsidiaries, which also include the MRO operations, which also includes Air India Express. So, last time when government tried to divest or privatize Air India, there were no bidders primarily to go ahead for bidding for Air India. But now, when government is going forward with complete privatization of Air India, what I'm expecting and what my sources are telling is that the government might dissect the part of Air India and go ahead with the privatization. For that matter, the MRO operations can be sold off separately.
Right.
The Air India Express, that can be sold off separately. So 5 different entities can be sold off separately. The only interesting part of Air India as of now is the international route, which many players are looking for. We should not forget the fact that players like Indigo have also said that they're interested in the international operations of Air India. There are foreign players as of now which are interested in the the engineering part, the MRO operations and international operations of Air India. So it will be a tough task for the government, because we should not forget the fact that Air India as of now is having close to 60,000 crore rupees as a debt, and every year they have to pay close to 6,000 rupees as an interest for this debt. So the moment you retire debt, the debt again gets piled up because of the interest. So now the fact is that any carrier or any business entity is coming forward for taking a stake in the Air India or to purchase Air India, they'll also have to take up this interest of 50 to 60,000 crore rupees. So the best part with the government, what they can do is they can dissect various parts of Air India and can go ahead by selling various sections of the Air India, various wings of the Air India. That's what can be done, and that is a complete closed door matter between the ministries and the alternate mechanism which is headed by the Home Minister. But yes, Air India privatization is very much on the cards, and we can expect it very soon now.
Okay, we'll have to wait and see how this happens. Like you said, Home Minister Amit Shah has been given the task to figure out the way forward here, and we'll have to wait to hear more on this in the coming days. Thanks for joining us for the moment, Arun Sharma. Now, Air India, India's national airline, will ban the usage of single-use plastic aboard its flights starting the 2nd of October this year itself. In the first phase, the ban will come into effect on all flights of Air India Express and Alliance Air flights. In the second phase, the ban will be implemented in all Air India flights. The airline also added that for special meals that are ordered in advance, the company will use eco-friendly birchwood cutlery instead of plastic cutlery. Now, the Unlawful Activities Prevention Tribunal has issued a show-cause notice to a pro-Khalistan outfit, Sikhs for Justice, with respect to a decision by the centre to ban it. The show-cause notice has asked the banned group to explain why it should not pass an order confirming the government's decision to declare the group as an unlawful association. The central government had banned the separatist organisation as unlawful association by a notification issued on the 10th of July this year. The official spokesperson of the tribunal has given 30 days time till the 20th of September this year to the organisation Sikhs for Justice to respond to the notice. Ministry of Home Affairs had constituted the tribunal, comprising of Delhi High Court Chief Justice D.N. Patel, on the 7th of August this year for adjudicating as to whether there is sufficient cause for declaring Sikhs for Justice as an unlawful association. Union Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change Prakash Javadekar, as well as INB Minister, has said that India will definitely achieve $5 trillion economy status by 2025, and only through transparent dialogue India will achieve success. He was speaking at the 60th Scotch Summit on climate change and 5 trillion transformation in New Delhi today.
मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि हमारा देश जैसे हमने तय किया है 2024 तक 2025 तक $5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी बनेगा, ये निश्चित बनेगी, ये मुझे पूरा विश्वास है। और आप सब लोगों के सुझाव भी, ये कंटिन्यूअस डायलॉग चाहिए। सरकार और सभी क्षेत्रों में काम करने वाले लोगों का संवाद बना रहेगा, तभी हम संघ भावना से आगे तेजी से बढ़ेंगे।
In the address, Prakash Javadekar also laid stress on measures taken by the government towards the welfare of farmers. He also said that the annual help of 6,000 rupees through PM Kisan will help nearly 14 crore farmers in reviving the economy.
आज हम 90,000 करोड़ रुपए खर्चा करके किसान को किसान सम्मान निधि से हर साल इनपुट के लिए 6,000 रुपए उसके बैंक खाते में जमा करेंगे 14.5 करोड़ किसानों के। ये आम बात नहीं है, बहुत बड़ी बात है।
Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh inaugurated the Ladakhi Kisan Jawan Vigyan Mela in Leh today. The 26th edition of the fair is being organized at the Defence Institute of High Altitude Research to share research-generated farming technology with locals of Ladakh. The fair will showcase agricultural products developed by the Defence Research Development Organization. These include grains, cereals, fruits and seeds that have been developed through research to withstand adverse weather conditions in high altitude. Speaking on the occasion, the Defence Minister said Pakistan has no locus standi on Kashmir. He asserted that Kashmir has never been a part of Pakistan.
आप पहले टेररिज्म अपने यहां रोको। आप हमारे पड़ोसी हो, हम लोग भी चाहते हैं, हमारे प्रधानमंत्री भी चाहते हैं कि पाकिस्तान हमारा पड़ोसी देश है, पड़ोसी देश के साथ हमारे रिश्ते अच्छे हों, बेहतर हों। हम तो कहते हैं कहीं कोई समस्या होगी तो मिल बैठकर सुलझा लेंगे, लेकिन आतंकवाद को भी चलाते रहो, आतंकवाद को भी शह देते रहो, प्रश्रय देते रहो, समर्थन देते रहो, भारत को डिस्टेबलाइज करने की बराबर कोशिश करते रहोगे तो बातचीत कैसे होगी? जो कुछ भी पीओके में हो रहा है और जिस गैर कानूनी तरीके से वहां की जनता के ऊपर ह्यूमन राइट्स का वायलेशन हो रहा है, पाकिस्तान को उसकी चिंता करनी चाहिए।
Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu visited the Center for Electromagnetic Environmental Effects Facility of Society for Applied Microwave Electronics Engineering Research at Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh today. While addressing the gathering, the Vice President said that development should be our agenda and research should be our priority.
Research should be the priority in the coming days for development. Development should be the agenda and research should be the priority in every sector, including agriculture sector, which will provide us food security. So that being the case, institutions like Samir, they need greater encouragement. Precondition for growth and development. It is therefore critical that we develop futuristic defense mechanism to this futuristic technology. The threat of a EMP attack necessitates the creation of infrastructure that is EMP resistant.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah is on an official visit to Gujarat. The Home Minister has participated in the concluding ceremony of a plantation drive of Municipal Corporation in Ahmedabad. The aim of this drive is to plant 10 lakh trees in the Science City of Ahmedabad. Chief Minister of Gujarat also marked his presence on the occasion. The Home Minister, who's on a two-day visit to his home state, also flagged off the world's first battery-operated city bus service in Gandhinagar. Later, he will be attending the 9th convocation event of the Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay Petroleum University in Gandhinagar. He will also preside over a policy meeting under the Disha program of the Union government.
ફાસ્ટ ચાર્જિંગ સુવિધાથી સજ્જ અન્ય 32 ઈ-બસ કાર્યરત થશે સ્વોપ ટેકનોલોજીવાળી બસમાં.
Now, acting on intelligence inputs about Pakistan-based terrorists sneaking into Gujarat coastal towns, security has been tightened in several coastal cities including Kandla, Dwarka and Porbandar. Additional troops have also been deployed to avert any possible terror strike. Let me go across to my colleague Sudhakar Das for more on this. Sudhakar, just tell us a little bit more about these inputs that have been received that have led to this sort of an alert-like situation.
देखिए गौतम, खुफिया एजेंसियों की तरफ से खासतौर से इंडियन कोस्ट गार्ड और इंडियन नेवी को ये सूचना दी गई थी कि पाकिस्तान की तरफ से पानी के रास्ते यानी समुद्री रास्ते से घुसपैठ की कोशिश हो सकती है। कुछ कमांडोज जो आतंकी हो सकते हैं उनको भेजा जा सकता है, खासतौर से जो कोस्टल सिटीज हैं और पोर्ट्स हैं, इंपॉर्टेंट पोर्ट्स हैं हमारे, उनको हमला करने की कोशिश हो सकती है और इस लिहाज से अतिरिक्त सुरक्षा बरतने की जरूरत है। और उसके बाद फिर ये पूरी जो सुरक्षा व्यवस्था है वो तेज की गई है। कच्छ का इलाका है, इसके अलावा जो कोस्टल सिटीज हैं खासतौर से गुजरात के और कांडला जैसे पोर्ट है, वहाँ अतिरिक्त सुरक्षा व्यवस्था बढ़ाने के लिए कहा गया है। तो कोस्ट गार्ड के अलावा इंडियन नेवी और इसके अलावा जो राज्य पुलिस है वो सतर्क कर दिया गया। इसके अलावा CISF जैसी एजेंसी जो कांडला पोर्ट पर तैनात है उसको भी सतर्क रहने के लिए कहा है। तो एक तरह से कह सकते हैं कि जो पूरी जो सावधानी बरती जा रही है, खुफिया एजेंसियों के हवाले से इस तरह की खबर आई थी। और हमको पता है कि खासतौर से मुंबई हमले के आलोक में अगर देखें तो मुंबई में जो आतंकी हमला हुआ था उसमें सी रूट से ही आतंकी मुंबई में घुसे थे, तो इस लिहाज से भी अतिरिक्त सावधानी बरती जा रही है। हालांकि सुरक्षा एजेंसियों का, राज्य पुलिस का मानना है कि स्थिति नियंत्रण में है, उस तरह की चिंता की कोई बात नहीं है, लेकिन जो सुरक्षा एजेंसियां हैं इस वक्त जरूर हाई अलर्ट पे हैं।
All right, Sudhakar, let's hope that nothing untoward happens and the security forces are able to thwart whatever machinations have been planned. Thanks a lot for joining us for the time being. Now, a delegation from Radio Mozambique visited Prasar Bharati today. The aim was to expand the scope of information and broadcasting. Members of the delegation met Prasar Bharati CEO Shashi Shekhar Vempati. An MOU was also signed for mutual cooperation between Radio Mozambique and Prasar Bharati. With digitalization of information, the scope of news is now also expanding all regional news channels. And now in Midday Prime, it's time to get you all the updates from the business world. And Nancy's here for all the updates from business.
Thanks, Gautam. Yes, all the business news this afternoon. While the robots are taking over one more function at the country's second largest private lender, the ICICI Bank has announced the deployment of industrial robotic arms to digitize operations at its currency chest. With this move, it has become India's first commercial bank and among a few across the globe to customize and deploy industrial robots to automate repetitive high-volume steps in handling cash processing on high-end note sorting machines. Now, each industrial robotic arm feeds unprocessed cash in 3 high-end note sorting machines, picks up processed cash from the output stackers, also aligns the loose notes and binds the packets and finally drops them in separate trays as per quality of the note. It also enables the personnel to focus more on value-added and supervisory functions. And the government has decided to move towards achieving 100% electrification of the railways as part of efforts to curb carbon footprint. The Union Minister Piyush Goyal said. The Railways Minister also said he has a mission that in the next 10 years, the Indian Railways will be running on renewable energy. And more than half of the trains that come to New Delhi are still based on diesel, but the ministry is working on their electrification as well. The Railways is taking various environmental friendly or energy efficient measures to reduce the carbon footprint and protect the environment. Now, the Federation of Hotel and Restaurant Associations of India has welcomed the government's plan to introduce a 5-year electronic tourist visa for a fee of $80 along with easing several e-visa regulations. The move to reduce regulatory hassles as well as the fees will encourage foreign tourists to travel to India that has been experiencing a slowdown in the foreign tourist arrivals. And that's all the business news this afternoon. Gautam, it's back to you for the rest of the news.
Thanks, Nancy. And let's now take a look at what's making headlines across the globe. Nationwide protests erupted over the Queen accepting UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson's request to suspend Parliament. It sparked off protests across the country, a legal challenge and a petition with more than 1 million signatures. Protesters gathered in Westminster chanting "Stop the coup" and carrying anti-Brexit placards and EU flags. Opposition MPs have argued it wouldn't leave them enough time to block a no-deal Brexit, while Commons Speaker John Bercow called the move a constitutional outrage. Calls for protests come as a petition against suspending Parliament has raked up more than 5 lakh signatures, with thousands of names being added by the minute. Organisations and members of the public have announced a series of demonstrations up and down the UK starting today until Saturday using the hashtag #StopTheCoop. Now, hustling through the crisis that the Amazon forest is currently suffering with, firefighters in Bolivia armed with just shovels and machetes are leaving no stone unturned to tackle the raging fires. Till now, nearly 1 million hectares has been impacted by these blazes. In the attempt to continue with the process of damage control, Bolivia contracted a Boeing 747 supertanker from the US to help with the firefighting. As close to 2,000 firefighters have been mobilized to fight the fires as well. US and China continue to battle the ugly trade wars despite the fact that these can prove to be a lost deal. In connection to it, farmers around the United States are deeply concerned over President Donald Trump's plan to impose additional tariffs on a list of $300 billion worth of Chinese imports. They've expressed their concerns at the 3-day largest outdoor farm progress show, which started in the state of Illinois. Seen to be a live example of the effects of prevailing trade war, total American agricultural exports to China dropped from $24 billion in 2014 to $9.1 billion last year. And now it's time for our segment where we talk about the softer side of news, which is Live Prime. Okay, now nation is all set to celebrate the auspicious festival of Ganesh Chaturthi, which will be observed this year on the 2nd of September. Goa Police DIG in a press conference has said that all arrangements have been made to prevent any unlawful or terror activity from taking place during the celebrations of the 10-day-long Hindu festival of Lord Ganesha's birth. He even said that the police is all set to ensure the peaceful celebration of the festival. That's all we have in Midday Prime for today, but we will be closely tracking all the developments that are related to National Sports Day later on through the day as well, when all the the stellar athletes and sportspersons of the country will be honoured and awarded by the President of India at Rashtrapati Bhavan. We're tracking that moment very closely as well right here on DD News and DD India. Do stay tuned.
Hello and a very warm welcome to the brand new edition of Policy Watch. I'm Kriti Mishra. In a first, the Indian Railways will have its own commando unit known as Commandos for Railway Security. The commando unit will consist of Railway Protection Force and Railway Protection Special Force personnel. The commandos will undergo 4 sessions in 9 locations in the country. The training program includes basic and advanced commando courses with specialization in handling crisis such as hostage rescue and super specialization for sniping, breaching, handling landmines and improvised explosive devices. The force will be deployed on trains in Naxal-prone areas, Jammu and Kashmir and parts of northeastern states like Tripura and Manipur. And to get deeper insights, I am joined by Mr. Arun Kumar, DG, RPF, Mr. P.K. Mishra, security expert, Mr. Prempal Sharma, former Executive Director, Railway Board. Mr. Arun Kumar, let me come to you first. Railways Minister has already inducted the first batch of commandos for railway security. Tell us about the functions and the role of Chorus.
In fact, we have come up with this new force, Chorus, which we call Commandos for Railway Security, because we felt the necessity of this specialized force in